Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Riv over here on Wicked Exiles Racing, coming to you live by Bridgers Transport LLC. We are here at RaceWerks Racing League on iRacing.com. We're out here at Algrave. This is race number 10 of the season. I hope you all enjoy. We had a couple weeks where I did not stream, one being Mother's Day, the other one I was sick with COVID again. Boy, that stuff really just knocks you in the dirt. I mean, it was bad. But somebody else streamed for me last week. If you look out Ron Gaivo's channel, that is Big Wizard TV, I do believe, on YouTube. You can catch last week's race. And I said, have fun. Got about 10, 11 minutes left to practice. Then we'll go ahead and start qualifying and everything. If you guys get bored, you guys can always just go ahead and log in and join us. There's only about 4 or 5 of us on the track this evening. Looks like five drivers on the track this evening. So, anybody in the league that happens to be watching or whatever, just come on. Get out here. Let's race. Have fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not really fair. I got a draft off Mooney.
Got a draft off Mooney, probably running low fuel.
No, I got full fuel. I just came out of pits.
Got about 5 more minutes left to practice this evening. Looks like our sponsor, old Brent Bridges, out here on the track with us this evening. Sure has it figured out. He's running a 144, so he's doing pretty good. Let's see if we can all keep it up.
Please keep the pit lane clear and keep all moves.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.
Really?
Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was Frankie.
Oh, I've been doing that since I
Nope.
got Dairy Queen last night after the race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much sums it up, I believe, on the qualifying. We got about 4 more minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and let the clock run out just in case one of we got one entry who has not made it to the track. He had to go and get a car. Did he drop? Is he not in here?
It shows them in here.
Yeah, he's still in. Still in. Still a
Okay, yeah.
chance.
Okay, because it's grayed out on when I pull up the entry list. It's grayed out, so I don't know. And he's got a checkered flag.
Uh,
Don't know.
Not sure. Don't know.
Mooney, help me out here. If it's a checkered flag, that means he dropped, isn't it?
No, it could just the timer had expired on the time, and it's not everyone is hit ready to race, including him. So it's sitting on the timer that happens afterwards before it goes to grids for you to finish your lap.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and let it run out then. And be back in a few minutes.
These moments brought to you by.
Do what?
We have a break in the action. This break in the action brought to you by.
Oh
Jack
yeah,
Daniel's
yeah. This break is brought to you by Dos Equis Green Label because that's what I'm drinking.
No, I thought it would be something more important like Bridges Transports LLC or something like that.
Yeah, well, I would toss that out there like that, but since he's already shamed us all on the qualifying time, I'm not going to give him the extra boost.
He didn't shame anyone. I turned 1 lap. He turned 4.
Yeah.
Technically, I turned
That was
3.
a
The
good
last
start.
one, I was just messing around. It was a very quick time, though. No doubt. I mean, 144.6 by Fuzzy. I got a 146.0 by Mr. Mooney. Nice lap there, too. 146.1 by myself and a 146.9. So, I mean, everybody except for Fuzzy's in the 146s. So, yeah.
He can very easily be in the 146s. A little bump here, a little bump there.
Yeah.
We can
You
make
are
it happen.
absolutely yes, we can. Yes, we can.
We all know about turn 1 mayhem.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We did start working on next season's schedule.
Let me guess, it's going to involve racetracks.
No,
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be
all
city
street courses.
Yep.
I'm joking.
That's still considered a racetrack. You're on a track performing a race.
I think it's a good lineup. Uh-oh.
Those spectator areas around the circuit are now open.
Every time I turn around to check on the Coke 600, it's on the damn commercial.
Well, why don't you just hit pause and wait for you to be done, and then hit unpause, and then you can even skip the commercials.
Well, I can do that later when I just go back to turn it back on time and.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Got about a minute and 28 seconds left here to grid. I don't know. Is Lucas back yet?
I don't think so. Doesn't look like it.
That sucks. He was looking forward to tonight's race too, especially because I think he's number 2 on the season's points.
Ah.
Yeah. Even if he gets out there and gets rolling, I mean, the worst he's going to do is finish 5th.
Right.
Yep.
If Brent has a bad turn 1, he could end up beating Brent because Brent's so mad that he's, angrily goes watches the Coca-Cola 600.
Brent's too drunk.
But doesn't he actually have to get on the track and do a lap to get credit for being here?
Yep.
Yeah, but
if he shows up.
Yeah, if he just shows up, yeah.
I hope he does. 30 seconds left, guys. I'm going to go ahead and grid. I hope he shows before it starts. If not, I hope he shows up before the end of the race. Good luck, everybody.
Yep, good luck.
I don't have a look left or look right. Oops. Oh well.
Why do you do that?
Actually,
I don't ever look.
Oh, I forgot to put fuel in.
Oh,
That was
no.
late.
Whoa.
Oops, sorry, man.
I was like, come on, man. There's only 4 of us on the track.
Sorry, I got distracted.
I had this Ferrari just coming over and over and over. I was like, man, come on.
It's go on green, right, Rip?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, a chase is a race. I mean, if you take off, we're going to chase you, so. Technically, I put that rule in effect, but my main instigator of that isn't even here this season, so. So, yeah, basically, whenever you take off, take off.
Why's
What?
Oh, I looped it around, stepped on the gas, and it looped again. I've done donuts, not just looped it. One can make sure. Fucking son of a bitch. Come on. stupid car. What the fuck? Didn't do this through practice qualifying or any of that shit. What the hell? Okay, you can't screw up every other freaking corner. Those 3 that you screw up cost you every freaking lap. You cannot keep fucking doing that.
That was Mooney A being the crew chief for Mooney B.
Got it, Brent.
Appreciate it.
Come on, really? We have sinners.
Glad you made it, Lucas.
Yes, so am I, mate. Was desperate, but I think I'm only a lap down.
God damn
Yeah, 1 lap.
it. Pay attention where the freak you are on the track. Sorry, Lucas.
That's okay.
Being a lap down ain't gonna hurt you much there, Lucas. You're still top 5 no matter what.
Yep, that's it.
That's correct.
I mean, honestly, you can run like 2 laps just to get your name on the board on the track, and then you can go to the pits and hang it up if you wanted to.
Don't tell him that.
Yeah, well, there's always a chance you might crash. Mooney might crash for you.
Yeah, I might crash, more than likely.
I've already crashed 3 times.
I've only got 1 off track.
Are you doing good then?
Yeah, it was all practice.
Yeah. This is your practice right now.
It is.
We're doing all right then.
I'll go better if Rube gets out of the way. Holding me up. Oh no, it's you, Doug.
That's me.
That's racing for position, so get around them there, Lucas.
No.
Still a lap
Oh,
down.
still a lap? Oh,
Yeah.
still, get around them.
At least it's good to see a car.
Yeah.
Somehow I don't see me gaining all that back.
Whoops. See the hard there?
Son of a bitch.
Woohoo!
What?
Just my fast lap,
Oh,
146 flat.
you're getting there.
I got a blowfly buzzing me at the back here. This is
Pushing you.
pushing me.
Shoot fly, don't bother me.
Oh, my pedal plate just moved.
That ain't good.
Much I can do about it.
Probably not.
Not fun, but anyway.
You could pull over and fix it.
I could. It's true.
Doesn't look like you're going to though.
If I crash, I will.
I can arrange that.
Dig it.
Oops, missed the brakes. I didn't trust you now.
Oh, I knew you were there.
I'm having fun racing you, I'm not trying to pass.
This is good, actually, isn't it?
Also trying not to run into the back of your okay.
Keep it together.
No cheating, cursing from Doug, or not from Doug, but from Riv or Brent, which means they got in and out of the pit.
I just now come out of the pit.
No, but you got no penalties, so.
No.
The only way I could get back into the race with all my mistakes was if you guys had to sit there for 40.
Yeah, I actually went in way too slow.
It's my own fault for being this bad of a driver tonight.
You're not that bad of a driver. You just
I'm this bad of a driver tonight. I drove. It was all on me.
You're still going to be in first place for the season.
Being there because I'm not able to see it in the front, and just there because of missed races is not how I want to do it. I haven't won or been even second in a single frickin' race yet. I'm trying to do that.
well, next week's Spa. You're pretty good there. Yes, it does.
Actually.
Hopefully it's sunny next week.
I think I set Spa up in the middle of the night and raining.
Awesome. We have heavy fog as well.
No, I saved that one for Nürburgring.
Okay.
He thinks those are conditions I don't like.
Yeah. Mooney can see in the dark.
I thought this one would be cool at night.
It's got lights or not. Doesn't matter in those things.
No, I don't see any lights.
No, I'm just looking now. No.
There's lights
Should be
here,
watching Doug's boot, but I'm watching.
Oh,
There's lights on the.
Ah, it might be a. Yeah, it
On
might
the
be a
back of
right
the train.
side.
I think it's that fixed. Good awareness there, Doug.
Ooh,
I love
no.
synergy in numbers. My last lap was the exact same as my postcode.
Really?
Yep. I think that's pretty cool. I like it, things like that. I'm simple.
Riv, I hope you're not having issues.
No.
He's awful quiet, isn't he?
I'm watching a blink on my screen.
Yeah, he's blinking on mine too. He's blinking in and out on the relative.
Yeah.
I mean, I got fiber, so the thunderstorm that's here shouldn't mess with it, but not going to say that it's not.
Nice. I'm getting tired.
Get done with this. I'm going to
Either
do
way-
4 hours of Northlight practice.
Yeah, either
What
way
time
it
is it?
goes. Yeah, either way it goes, it's real smooth on my end, so I'm not worried about it.
As long as there's nobody right there next to you.
There's not. I've got about 20 seconds behind you and 27 seconds in front of Mooney.
Oh, quit sliding, bitch. I'm sure my tires are shot.
You can always jump in and get a new set real quick.
No, I'm good.
They're free. TJ sponsors.
Here we go. Here we go. Go, Wicker. You can do it. Good job.
You're doing well under pressure like that, Doug.
Thank you.
Oh, come on. Why? Freaking son of a bitch. Quit sliding like this.
Could be white flag next time by.
No power slot.
Yeah, it does when you go over the ripple strip.
Nah, the my screen's better.
Oh.
I short fueled by 1 lap.
White flag, gentlemen, white flag.
Cool, it's a long race.
That was
Do you guys think that that might be a reason why I don't have a lot of people on the track?
It's not long enough, in my opinion, but
what?
Maybe 2 heats might be good.
Nah, they're GD3s.
No.
They do long race.
Fair enough.
I just, yeah. You get you've got a competition of GT3s with another league that we've run drivers with on the same night, and it's open setup, and people don't want to deal with that. I personally like it. I'll keep doing it.
Yep. I'm loving it.
To be honest, I'd like an extra 15 or 30 minutes, but it's hard for drivers to do that every weekend.
Another 15 people.
15 people would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Another 15 people, all about the same.
Oh, there's a variance of skill level in here.
Yeah. We need another 15 people like us.
Yeah.
Attitude. If they've got the attitude, it doesn't matter their driving ability, because they'll take advice and get better.
Yes. Well, Doug, we'll get
Yeah.
much Doug.
Well, what I mean is we don't need like 15 Brandon Dooleys out here.
No, Brett.
Brandon's not that much faster.
Brandon is fast as shit, bro. I don't know who you're trying to fool.
Oh, there's tracks I can keep up with them.
Yeah.
I know Brent can keep up with them.
I thought Flappy would have been in here and he gone.
He would have done well.
He's like Parker.
Right. Fantastic race, gentlemen. Thank you, Fuzzy, for the putting this on for us.
You put
I'm
it
having a
on.
lot of
Supposed to
fun.
be a sponsor.
Well,
out of
yeah,
fuel.
yeah. I put up the races, but it's your sponsorship that helps us out here. So it's all good. I'm loving the race, guys. We got about 4 more races left of this one. I'm already working on next season. Not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with that right now. Got about 12 tracks picked out that we're gonna race for sure. I might stick it at 12. Might add a few more. I don't
Get the
know.
bend. Put it around at the bend.
Put it around at the bend. Where?
No, that's the new track.
Yeah,
New Australian track. Looks pretty cool too.
Oh, is it coming out? I
Yeah.
will be. Yeah, I will be adding Portland to that race schedule that I've already got set up with the 12 tracks. I will be adding Portland on there. So the bend, I'll throw that one in there. That'll go 13. That'll be 14 races, and that's what we had this season was 14 races.
God, no,
cool.
you're all, yeah.
Wow, now that looked interesting.
I miss. I was trying to get close, not hit you.
Yeah. You'll like the bend. It'll have 7
Oh, good.
variations.
I was
One of the
just doing
tracks was
donuts.
7.6k.
Not very often I get a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did good, Fuzzy.
Man.
You did good.
Nice one.
Smashed
well
it
done,
from
man.
what I could see.
Yeah. Killed
Yeah, very well done by everybody. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Let's see what we did to the season scoring. As soon as I can get over to that screen. All right. That keeps Mooney still in first place with 31.83. Lucas is still in second with 29.78. Trailing by me with 27.73. Then we got Doug at 26.49. Wow, me missing one race really kind of put you guys close. Brent at 2,091. Keep up them first place winnings right there, buddy.
Right.
JP 1429, TJ 1640. It just the list keeps going on for the guys that really haven't showed up a lot. I can't see how many races people attended and didn't attend, so I can't tell you attendance records. I know for a fact I missed one, so it knocked me down a couple spots, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I thought I was going to miss one today.
You came close, buddy. You came close. Luckily, you registered before it all started, so you got in here, so you did good.
Yeah, that was a smart move.
My Uber driver fucked around that long. He made it easy for me to get in. But it made me miss everything else.
Yeah, but you still good. You still did good. You're still in second for the season, So as long as you keep it up, you'll be all right. You're a good racer. You're a fast racer. So it's doing good.
I don't know about any of that, but
oh no, the group of guys that we got here are all tremendous. The ones that show up every week, I appreciate you all very, very much. Showing your support, to my streaming channel and my scheduling and everything like that. We'll try to mess around with it. Yeah, we'll mess around with it. Maybe add about 15 more minutes of practice to it and cut the race down by about 15 minutes. That way, allow people a little extra time to get in and not such a long race. I like it.
I like it the way it is, mate. I like it the way it is.
I like the way it is. Maybe a little longer.
Maybe a little longer. So what? 30-minute practice, hour and 15-minute race.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
When I said it was a long race, I didn't mean it was too long. Just that it was a long. I was just making a
right.
Don't read too much into that. I didn't mind at all.
I kind of like it the way it is, the way I got it set up,
Yeah.
because it gives 45 minutes for people to, wake up, like you guys on the other side of the world here, over there in Australia, I mean, it may be 6:30 in the evening for me, but for you guys, it's like, early morning. So
It's like 9:30, which is early morning for Lucas and I.
exactly, you guys are kicking back, retired, and everything,
I know. Already
yeah,
had
so
breakfast and
yeah.
then by then.
Yeah. If you're like me and Fuzzy, who wake up at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning every morning for work every day, it doesn't matter if it's weekend or not. You're up.
Don't know how you guys do that.
I used to do it. Get up
Yeah.
at 2:30, get to work in the truck at 3:30.
Yes, sir. And then the weekends, you don't set no alarms or anything like that, and you still wake up and it's dark, and you're like, "What the crap?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream there. Thanks for sticking around and talking for a little bit. I hope everybody out there in the viewing audience enjoyed listening to us rant and rave about our jobs and all that stuff.
Right.
But
We're the full
For the ones
package.
bragging that they're retired.
yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, I got to take off.
All right,
Later.
see you.
In the next one.
See you, Doug.
See you later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Again, thank you, Bridgers Transport LLC, for the sponsorship. Thank you to me, for throwing the races over here at Wicked Exiles Racing. TJ, I appreciate you 100% over here at RaceWerks on iRacing.com. If y'all decide that you want to get in on the action, all you got to do is just look up RaceWerks on their leagues and send out an application, and we'll get you in here just as quick as we can. We do have Discords. That way we can stick around and talk. We do live stream the broadcasts and the races and stuff like that. You have me and Ron Gaivo with Big Wizard TV also streams his races on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and is it Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, or is it Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays? I think it's Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays is his races. And then we got Mr. Mooney does the GT4 races on Friday nights, so you'll like that as well. So y'all just hope you enjoy. Have a great one, and we will